say, because I'm dead ass bushing shit right now. I got no weed, smoked all the weed.
Yeah, we got some.
The show looked last night. That's where all the weed is at.
Bro, that boy ran down. I was like, I gave out 80 pre-rolls.
I smoked one of them shits. I was high as a bitch. So I was like, damn, if niggas been smoking them shits all night.
Bro, I damn sure grabbed one. I really had just got there too. Right when I walked in, I see Randan on stage. If you ain't get a pre-roll, come up. I'm like, man, let me grab one of them shits real quick.
That nigga was throwing out. He threw out like 3 bags of them bitches. By the time I got there, he had already passed out like 1 bag or some crazy shit.
Yeah, nah, the show was cool. Matter of fact, so what's up with the PSP? Bro got a PSP, bringing back 2002 vibes on him.
You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, I got the classic PSP and shit on me right quick. You know what I'm saying? What's on there? Vice City stories
Vice
and
City.
Shit. This shit, I mean, I ain't gonna cap to you, like, my first breakout single, and I ain't trying to get sued for this shit, but fuck it, you know, this is a special moment. I'm just gonna drop it on here. It was titled Sprinkles, right? Me and my boy Chris Beats, we produced it together, and the sample was from a video game. I ain't gonna say which one, but it was a Sega game. And you know what I'm saying? That was like my breakout single to the world back in like 2011. So me being just a nigga that always came up playing video games since a kid and shit, I always try to incorporate it and keep that shit in the music, you know what I'm saying? From samples and just drawing inspiration from that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cut this shit off.
Yeah, you cut off. You said 2011?
Yeah, like 2000, yeah. It might have been 2010, but I know 2011 is when I dropped the video, though, and then shit just went crazy.
Yeah, you really been at this shit? We were just looking on your shit, bro. You got hella music out from, like, I think your earliest shit probably like 2017, like on all platforms. But you got hella music. You got like a 29-song project. I think that's the deluxe for the purple joint.
Oh, the purple album deluxe edition, yeah. Damn, it was 29 songs on there?
I think so. It's 29 on there. I saw the
I forgot it was that many on there.
The Keke Palmer on your wish list bar kind of aged well. It aged pretty well. How you feel about that? Because, you know, Keke in the news right now.
Jules shout out to Keke Palmer. You know what I'm saying? She's a very special individual and whatnot. I mean, it's going to age well. You know, she a bad woman. I ain't going to say the other word. She a bad chick, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, when you listen off certain ones, like, if they aging well, yeah, the bar gonna age well, you know what I'm saying? But if they ain't, like, you know what I'm saying, it's different. I don't know. I don't want to get political and shit, but nah, you know, black don't crack and shit. I mean,
I think she on everybody's wish list right now.
Yeah, she single yet?
She got a husband.
I know she married, but that shit looking rocky.
Oh, they're not together? Oh, he broke up with her because of the Usher shit. Oh, really?
See, damn. Keke, you should have just got with me, man. See,
that's crazy.
These niggas ain't loyal. You had one night in the town and niggas dump you. That's crazy. I don't know if that's true though. I gotta fact check that shit. I don't know.
Yeah. So we talking about the Always show. That was last night, man. How was that for you? You came in town for that?
Yes, sir, man. Shout out my Always niggas, man. My nigga Zero, man. Ran down, man. The whole gang. This shit was lit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it definitely for me was like a full circle moment because shit, I've been knowing ASAP and DJ Nick in particular. Shout out Marino. Been knowing them for like years, you know what I'm saying? I did a show at ASAP and back in like 2013, something like that. Maybe it might have been, matter of fact, it might have been like, yeah, it was like 2013, 2014, something like that. We had a show back in DC, and that was my first time meeting bro, and just real good experience. It was a vibe, and from there, I really been just tapped in with him and his brother ever since, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, to bring it all home, especially at the crib, yeah, that shit was special, you know what I'm saying? Do that shit at home, you know what I'm saying? It was a vibe. Niggas was smoked out. Motherfucking, yeah. That shit was a vibe. I had a good-ass time. Got to drop that new shit on them, tear the club up. So, yeah, bro, I mean, very reminisce. You know, we done hella shows just in the beach all over 7-5, but definitely reminiscence of them good old Shaka days and shit. I say that.
Yeah, you had the tour. You were just out here. Especially when we met. You met at Utopia Finney. You stopped by on the tour.
Yeah. Shout out Utopia Finney, man. Yeah, we just had the Mr. Still the Show tour. It's still going on. It's just a pause right now. I'm gonna be announcing the continuing date soon. But yeah, man, we stopped at Utopia Finney. Shit went crazy. You know what I'm saying? Probably my favorite stop on the tour.
And you saying from the crib too? So
yeah.
So I guess you're from out here.
Yeah, I mean, like I done lived off for the record, people be like, where the fuck is this nigga from? Like, I was talking to, I think Lex Lucin last night. She was like, nigga, where are you from? Like, this whole time, niggas like, I don't even know where you from, nigga.
It's like we thinking, is he from here? Like, we not really sure. Like,
you know what I'm saying? But like, all right, I'm gonna break it down real quick. So I was born in Arlington, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? That's like northern Virginia. Like, you can damn near walk across the street and be in DC. I was born there, raised in Bailey's Crossroads. So like, northern Virginia area. Moved to Manassas. That's still like northern Virginia area, but like a little closer to Woodbridge. You know what I'm saying? Grew up out there most of the time, but that whole entire time I was going back and forth from VA to PG County. So like I was living
what's PG County?
In Maryland.
Okay.
Yeah. So really it was like I was living in VA in Maryland the whole time, and then you know what I'm saying. Even throughout my teenage years, I was coming to Norfolk. You know what I'm saying? I got like close family ties in Norfolk and shit like that. So since a teenager, I've been coming to Norfolk, visiting my folks and shit like that. Then I just so happened later in life, ended up going to NSU. You know what I mean? And then I moved to Norfolk, and that's when I really, really got tapped in. I already knew a lot of people in Norfolk, but then it's like I really connected the rest of the dots and tapped in with like everybody on each sides of the water, Hampton, Newport News, you know what I'm saying, Suffolk, just everywhere. I just kind of, you know what I'm saying, hit the ground running, you feel me? So a lot of motherfuckers really do think I'm from out here. And I mean, I rep this shit just as well as I rep 703, because it's like I done spent a lot of years out here and got into a lot of shit out here, shit like just as much as anybody else out here. So I look at Norfolk just as much as home as I look at Northern Virginia, to tell you the truth, for real.
What'd you go to college for? What was your experience at NSU like?
Man, NSU was turned the fuck up, man. Shout out NSU. Shout out all my Spartans and shit out there. I'm gonna keep it 100 though. Like, if you see NSU now, and I'm super proud of the progress. So like, this ain't no shot. I ain't dissing. Ain't no shade and no shit like that. I'm super, super, super proud of like how far my school came. But when I was there, it was kind of different. Like, we still had the old library and shit like that. So it was humble beginnings. You know what I'm saying? But as I was there, they was always building it up. You know what I'm saying? This shit was getting, you know what I mean? It was getting nice. You know, it was looking nicer and nicer by the semester. Then the basketball team was going crazy at the time. So they still going crazy, matter of fact. So it was just like, I kind of watched the evolution happen before me. Like, you watched NSU, like, each year it was like a level up. And then by the time I was about to graduate, it was all the way up. It was like, oh, yeah, this shit finna be turned. Now when I go back and hit the homecomings and shit, this shit is crazy. Like, the last homecoming I went to, and this is coming from a nigga that's performed at homecoming with Juicy J, August Alsina, a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Like, so I've actually been on stage for homecoming, and I'll personally say the last homecoming I just went to that just passed was probably the craziest NSU homecoming I just seen. That shit was
what year was the August Alsina one?
What year was that? Was it? Damn, it might have been 2014? Yeah, 2014. Yeah, Juicy J was headlining, opened up for him. That shit was lit. Like, definitely a different experience.
Is that while you were going there too, or was that like after
and it was while I was going there. So it was like, after that, you already know the vibes. It was like big man on campus vibes and shit like that. Because before it was like, you know, niggas knew I rap, you know what I'm saying? I was putting hella people onto my shit, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I was still trying to be a regular student. I wasn't trying to be too extra, had too much attention on me. But I still had shit going on, like write-ups, Source magazine, shit. All this shit was still going on while I was in school. But at the same time, I'm going to classes. You know what I'm saying? Nigga got sneak, smoke his little weed and shit like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? So nigga was just real low-key. But then after homecoming hit, it was like, boom, nigga, you here now. It ain't no ducking. Like, everybody, hey, did you perform? Hey, I seen you, you know what I'm saying? So it definitely was like a turn of events, but in a good way. Like, shit just went up from there.
What did you, what was your actual degree?
Mass communications, and I minored in music. So, you know what I'm saying? I had the best of both worlds because I was kind of learning about the business while having access to the school studio. Like, I recorded a lot of earlier shit at the actual studio on campus. So I definitely took advantage of my time there, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Dorshay, my homegirl Dorshay, awesome producer, engineer. She was the main person in the studio for real when I was up in that joint. Like, I used to come in there, she would sneak me up in there, let me record. I ain't trying to get it. It's old now, she can't get in trouble, but yeah, she used to let me record in there for free and all types of shit. And I was knocking hella shit down. Like, literally, and it's funny, when I look back at that shit, bro, like, I would have an hour, leave out with like 4 songs. And like, the shit they was working with in there was so up to par. It didn't even need no crazy mix down, nothing. It was just like I was laying this shit down and then boom.
Oh, they had Pro Tools?
Hell yeah. That shit was the boards they had in that motherfucker was like from where you at to here. So they was on Dorsey was on her Dr. Dre shit, literally just I would come in there like in between classes, knock out 4 joints real quick. All right, I'm gonna hit you tomorrow. I'm gone. Just
Yeah,
like
we have a few spots out here, bro, that like that there is like you could shit to make like creative shit in there, but nobody knows about it. That's the thing.
That's
Like there's a spot in downtown Newport News. Like I think probably at NSU that's probably for students only, right?
Yeah. I mean, not like look. So the NSU shit was tricky because it definitely was people coming from off campus using that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it just was all about who you knew and who was in there at the time, like when it was being used and shit. If you knew an engineer in there, shit.
Like nobody's come in there checking, like, are you a student here? Like,
I mean, at times, sometimes it did get like that. You know what I'm saying? There was people that might pop their heads in, like, oh, who are you? But I mean, for the most part, if you knew an engineer in there, as long as you ain't coming there on no wild shit, it wasn't no like you couldn't smoke or do no crazy shit in there. So as long as you was coming in there to strictly record and nothing else, it was cool.
See, yeah, there's like a few spots, like even in Newport News, like downtown Newport News, where they have a what's that shit called? You might know, Sween. It's like a art fucking building. They do a bunch of different art shit. They have like a theater in there. Yeah. But then they have like studios. They have shit like for like film creation, like high level equipment. But like, and it's like free for anybody to go use, but nobody knows about it. So I don't know if it's like if city is like the stuff in the city.
I feel like that's just like how
they need to do a better job at marketing it and getting it like out to the people if they actually want people to come use it.
I feel like they be. I don't want to use the word gatekeeping, but that kind of was the vibe back then. Like they had it on the real hush hush. Like people knew, but it was kind of like, you got to be a music major to get in there. And it was like, nigga, no, you don't. But you just had to ask around and figure out, like, that's the thing. You got to take the initiative to see for yourself. You can't just go off what the fuck somebody's saying and then be like, all right, that's what they saying. Like, nah, I wasn't letting nobody shut me out the fucking studio. Shit me. As soon as I found out, like, oh, all right, bet. Was up in there, motherfucker.
Yeah, like I was talking to Christina Yvonne last week, and she told me something that I never really heard before. Like, she was telling me that the reason that Atlanta is such a thriving place to be for music is because of the government funding. Like she was telling me, like we always think of like places that are like popping areas to live in is because like people are there successful, but she was like it's actually places where the city and the state actually put the most funding into the arts, which I never really heard about that. You know what I'm saying? And this is part of like we out here, we do have the like Virginia and like I think Newport News and Virginia Beach, like all these cities are doing certain things for the arts. Like maybe we can do more, but I've just kind of been realizing it more like how important these things are for the creatives out here. Like it's something that like we can look forward to. Like it's something that just it kind of just adds like an ingredient. It adds ingredients to the scene. Like each artist out here is an ingredient in itself, but then the actual spaces are just more ingredients. It's like
you're absolutely right.
It's like we need that.
You're absolutely right. That's honestly how I feel about back home, like in Northern Virginia. Like it's a lot of fucking talent from the music, the art side, definitely the sports. Like every avenue is talent there, it's potential, raw potential and talent there. But it's just like we don't have too many platforms and stages to really showcase that. You know what I'm saying? That's
develop that.
Yeah, you feel me? And it's like everything else being built up except like creative shit. You know what I'm saying? So I know once I'm in a position to change that, I'm definitely going to do that. You know what I mean?
Like you touching on early on doing this shit 2011, 2013, talking about the Source magazine, right? We can get into that too. But it's like, touch on that, like just like, because you haven't got your, in my eyes, you haven't got your like world breakout moment yet. So touch on just that process of how, bro, you've been doing this shit for, you said 2011. So just being somebody that's still doing it, developing. Like a lot of artists, they quit before they even give themselves time to develop to the point to get to their peak, right?
Nah, that's a fact.
So just, y'all know, like, if you like touch on that, like.
Oh, I mean, shit, man. Definitely been a journey, long road, and shit. Like you said, man, I've really been rapping before 2011. Shit, like shit, since I was like 14. You know what I'm saying? Like 2006, niggas was actually in the studio making songs, making mixtapes and shit like that. And I be real with you, it was a process. It was a real grind. Niggas wasn't dropping what we dropping now off rip. I had to work to get to that point, but like. Shit, by the time I was 17, 18, I had already pretty much worked up a a respectable reputation for myself, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of my peers who I was alongside with at the time as well, they was doing their motherfucking thing. So it was like just a ripple effect. We was all buzzing and bubbling at the same time. And I feel like at 18, that's when shit kind of hit the fan for me. Like, it just was like, boom, who the fuck is this Bucky Malone kid? Like, and that's from like DC all over Virginia, like word was like traveling fast as shit. And man, and that was just a different time. Like that was like during the so-called, you know, you can call it the blog era and shit like that. So that was when you could just post a link and genuinely get like 100 or more impressions just off the strength that it's just up there and people are just anxious to, you know what I'm saying, soak up some shit, you know what I mean? Like, so at that time it was like, I was really thriving, bro. When I look back at that shit, I'm like, a lot of shit that was happening was so organic, I can't even explain it, bro. Like, I was just doing certain shit. I was not planning it. I was just doing it, and it would just work. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much from that point on, I've always been a consistent artist. I've always dropped a lot of music. So it was kind of always like a legend, you know what I'm saying? Just from the online presence, people constantly seeing my shit on the internet. And then, but at the time, like I said, I'm 18, so boom, my shit booming. And I'll never forget this shit. This is the blog era. I forgot what Blogger was. This shit might not even exist no more. I found out about A$AP Rocky because I was on it was like top 30 best DMV songs or some shit. It's like 2010.
A$AP Rocky was on there?
A$AP Rocky was on there. Nah, he wasn't on there, but they had me.
He in New York, right?
Yeah, of course. He from, Harlem. But like, they had my first video, Sprinkles, on there, the song I was talking about. They had featured it.
A joint with the sample from the video game.
Yeah. So boom, in the write-up, they was just like, whoop, whoop, like, the vibes is like, they kind of compared me to like A$AP Rocky. And I was kind of like, at the time, I didn't know who A$AP Rocky was. So I was just like, damn, who the fuck is A$AP Rocky? And then, like, I just, like, went and did my homework, and I'm like, oh, shit, like, these niggas raw. You know what I mean? I fuck with these niggas. But that kind of, like, exposed me to the whole blog era and this shit. Like, oh, these niggas is doing, like, the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? I had no idea about write-ups and shit like that until, like, those moments. Like, I'm just like, damn, niggas got me on a top 30 list. Because I remember my song was... It wasn't even like it was super high. It just was the songs that was after mine. Like, I might have been like 20 such and such, but they had me above Wale at the time. Wale's on MMG. So I'm like, damn, who the fuck got me above Wale? Like, I ain't never heard of this website. I don't know who these niggas is. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. For me at that time, like, this is crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we just getting started and we ain't out here putting it in nobody's faces. We ain't got no crazy bread to push behind it. We just dropping and just going about it in a organic way, and it just picked up fast, bro, to tell you the truth. And me being so consistent and just keeping it authentic and true to myself, bro, I feel like that's really, it stood the test of time as far as just me as an artist and my music. Because to be real, I mean, on the outside looking in, people may feel like I haven't got my just due, but I feel like I have. It's just been different waves of it. It's been different eras because the game has changed so much, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I was fucking crushing the blog era if we being real. We can go back and look, like, even to this day, you look at live mixtapes, like, niggas was doing hundreds and thousands, me and Slim K and Chop Stars. So it's like, a lot of people don't know this shit because it was a different era. Like, shit done switched up about 3 or 4 times. You done had the live mixtape wave, the spin rilla waves, and now, we on streaming services. So it's like, nowadays, niggas is just going straight on their phone, hopping on the Apple or Spotify. So it's like, if they wasn't outside when niggas was on the live mixtapes, getting the mixtapes and doing all that, it may look like I'm just a nigga that spawned out of nowhere on some Call of Duty shit. But for the real niggas who really know, they like, nah, this nigga been, for as long as I known this nigga, he's been dropping singles with A$AP Ty Beats, Icy Twat, Lord Fubu, DJ Smokey, like, whoever you can think of that was crushing the underground scene and went mainstream or whatever, we done all worked together and made some crazy historical shit together. So it's just like, I'm all for educating the motherfuckers who don't know. That's what I'm here for. If niggas don't know, they can find out. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I get a lot of love and appreciation and shit like that. It's just that we in a different time, man. Shit is so microwaved up. Like, it's microwave music being made. Niggas' attention span is short as hell. It's just like, it's a lot to focus on, to be real. So I can see how it's easy for shit to get lost in the sauce, you know, for anybody, because there's so much fucking shit going on. It's hard for me to keep up with some of this shit. So I try to, like, look at it from a consumer's point of view and just be like, niggas got to just stop trying so hard to get the attention and just come with some dope shit. Bring some creative motherfuckers. You gonna notice some hard ass shit and some creative shit. Like, you ain't gonna just look over it like, oh, that shit hard. Nah, it's gonna catch your eyes. So I feel like people just gotta focus on making eye-catching shit instead of like the what's in type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Looking at it from a consumer's point of view, like you're saying, what do you think? What do you think was like some things that made that blog era special? And like, what are maybe some things you like about these different eras that like, and like the era we're in now?
Facts. I'm glad, that's a good ass question. I'm glad you asked that shit. Cause each era has like unlocked the special quality that's evolved the game in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So I'll say this, right? So with the blog era, this shit went out. My bad.
Oh, you got
niggas was rapping and shit. You good? The blog. All right. Blog era, right? I feel like the blog era was so fucking potent because it was the first time in a minute since like the Masterpiece, Cash Money days and shit that you were seeing artists saying, fuck the labels. We're packaging and putting out our own shit. We're dropping it on Dat Piff, live mixtapes, YouTube. We're out here doing SoundCloud. Even before the SoundCloud days, like MySpace, we're doing all this shit ourselves, putting it out ourselves, putting our own street teams together, and we just hitting the pavement. And when you touch the people like that, it's always gonna be special. You know what I'm saying? That was I feel like that was why the blog era hit so crazy, because people was out here like, I remember watching the day-to-day episodes, Wiz, you know what I'm saying? Going to Penn State. Like, nigga, like, just look, like, imagine Wiz going to Penn State now. Shit's gonna be in shambles. Even back then, when he was underground, he still had it going crazy, and that was because they was smacking the shit out these little towns and these colleges, bro. Like, so it's just like, it was just real grass-rooted, you know what I'm saying? People were touching the people was actually interacting with their fans. Niggas wasn't shitting
like
on
direct connection from artist to fan.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It was direct connection from artists to fans. It wasn't nobody shitting on nobody. Wasn't no too cool shit happening. And it was like, it was just a time to be a fan again. I feel like the listeners were excited to get shit from artists.
That's interesting too, though, because look, do you think that people take that for granted now? Because look,
yes.
Before that, I never thought about it like that. Before that era, all of our superstars were like mad unreachable, unattainable.
Exactly.
You didn't know what fucking Michael Jackson was doing right now. It wasn't on his story. You didn't know what he did 5 minutes ago. So it was this level of like, we don't know what it is.
Mystery and
then then that era come, it gets more that personal, direct relationship. But now it's like we take it for granted. Now it's like we don't. Now it's like, damn, we know what Wiz Khalifa was doing 5 minutes ago, but it's like we don't care now because we know what everybody was doing 5 minutes ago.
It was a gift and a curse. We brought y'all closer. But because we did that, now y'all it's too normal. We made it super normal. So now it's just like, some motherfuckers out here damn near gotta tap dance and shit to hold the audience's attention. It's like, motherfuckers shouldn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas out here dropping some raw ass shit, but that's just the game. That shit evolved, you know what I'm saying? Shit done changed up. So I say the blog era was definitely more direct artists and fanfare. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, I don't want to say, I fuck with some music that's out right now, but we got to keep it a G. It was a lot of hard music dropping at that time, and that's always going to push everything forward if motherfuckers is coming with their best shit, you know what I'm saying? And for up-and-coming artists, you had a lot of shit to look forward to because you had people kind of kicking in the doors. Like, you know, it was like in the 80s and 90s, it was like you had certain types of rappers, like, you either was like a backpacker, a gangster rap nigga, or you made happy club songs. I feel like with the blog era, it was like every type of nigga was coming out the creases. You had like niggas like Danny Brown, like missing teeth, all type looking crazy, but hard as fuck. It wasn't niggas like that being really let into the game. You had ODB, but you know, Wu-Tang Clan's like the best group in the world. That's different. But it wasn't, it's like, I feel like blog era, it was like, it it made a lane for everybody to come in and take over. You dig what I'm saying? And then when it switched over to the streaming services, I felt like that was the label's way of getting that shit back. Like, because they had lost control of shit for a second. It was like, it's like y'all thought y'all was slick. We getting all this shit back. You know what I'm saying?
Like you're saying, it was like,
shit now,
like you're saying, it was that wave of artists that
you ain't
came.
just dropping 6 albums in a year no more. You gonna have to go back to the drawing board, focus on your rollouts again, and you know what I'm saying? And it was like, and it's a gift and a curse, like I said, because on the business side of things, it might have made artists bigger, you know what I'm saying, by monetizing more shit and all of that. But
Streaming.
At the same time, but at the same time, it's diluted the quality of a lot of shit and how just everything is moving and grooving. But, you know, it's the game. You got to get with it or get lost, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was like also like, it was like it's because you said probably, it was like because the absence of the labels. Like that wave of artists that came in and said, fuck the labels, we're doing it on ourselves, which in turn gave them a certain freedom of creation and to do what they want. Because before that, it was like labels in charge of who's dropping, who's popping, who's taking over. And even past that, they probably telling you what kind. If you're at a label, probably in those days, they're probably telling you what kind of song to make. Like, Bucky, you know what? I like that, but you should actually just try to make a song like this. And what you could probably do, and it might do well commercially, but it's like putting a block or like a limit on your creativity or like the path you want to go with your shit.
Exactly.
Like I always, to me, it's always the greatest, like the most purest form of the art that I want to experience people shit is like where the artist has full control. I don't really care what business people think about the art.
Exactly.
Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
because that's not no disrespect to them, but it's not even any place. Like they not supposed to know about that shit. That's why it's like everybody has a role to play. The suits, they got to do what the suits do. They got to conduct business. But as a creator, we know what the fuck we supposed to be doing. We know what our listeners, our audiences, our cores want. And it's on us to feed that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's really what keeps the ship going forward. Like, not all this image shit or we got to sell this. It helps. Definitely helps the situation, but you can't forget the grassroots of all this shit. It's the music, like, you know what I'm saying? That's the most important part.
I like seeing that shit, like just how it's evolving too. Like,
hell yeah, the game is involved. Like
I feel like it's stagnant right now. I feel like right now the game and the world is just waiting for that next thing.
The music, like you right though. The game is a little stagnant. The opportunities ain't though.
And even they just said
up for grabs.
I think they just said, my bad to cut you off. They just said, I think for the first time in, is it like 15 years? I think it's the first time in a while that hip hop doesn't have any songs on the top 200 or something like that.
Everybody's sounding the
on
fucking
the Billboard.
same.
And it's like, wow, because you know we've been saying for the longest time hip hop runs pop culture. Hip hop is pop culture right now.
But I got a theory,
but now
right?
it's like, damn, it might be even be
this my theory.
past that.
I got 2 theories on that.
And I'm not counting hip hop out. I'm not saying it's not gonna.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
You can never count
innovate
this out.
again. You know what I mean?
You can never count this out,
Yeah.
man. They said you gotta think, bro. They really hip hop on books. They probably say hip hop originated like 1977, 78 or something like that, right? Bro, by the time it got to like the late 80s, early 90s, and like shit got a little rougher and niggas was getting touched, bro, they was trying to say this shit wasn't gonna last. They was trying to pack us up out here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen like videos of KRS and everybody talk about it. They said literally like in the beginning of hip hop.
I'm talking about like when our peoples was our age, like they was saying that shit ain't gonna last.
They said at the beginning of hip hop, it was literally
my nigga. They can't stop this shit, bro. We the new rock stars, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, they literally said at the beginning of hip hop, there was a coordinated effort by like the CIA and the FBI and all the agencies. They literally try to stop hip hop. Like the whole.
You gonna have black vans following us after this shit.
You know what I'm
man.
saying? It's crazy how literally it was that they put so much effort into trying to stop it, and it didn't work. Now it's 50 years later. Like it's the 50 year.
You can't stop.
It's the 50 year. What's it called?
You can't stop the
reunion?
oppress.
Is it reunion?
This hip hop
anniversary. Yeah.
This hip hop shit started from oppression. You can't stop the oppressed.
What do you mean by oppression?
Oppression, like just
oppression.
struggle.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't stop people coming from that. You know what I mean? Like, and now you know it's in a lighter space. It's still shit going on. It's still people talking about real shit. But it's like niggas can't front like it's not money in this shit now. Like you see this shit. We putting these motherfuckers up in mansions and all of that shit. Dog. Like before they didn't know the capabilities. Now they see it. It's in their face. So it is what it is. Whether they like the music or not, like the image or the message it sends, they profiting off of it. So it's like they got to get in bed with it either, whether they like it or not, on some shit. You know what I'm saying?
To me, what always resonated about hip hop was I felt like it was the truest form of expression that I've seen an artist do in music. Like
at first,
like
it
to
was.
me, like a lot of other genres, it's like the songs are structured more just like that, like songs. Lyrics are more like generic and like not generic, but like more like universal. Like if you want to make it a song for everybody to like sing along to and love. But then you get to hip hop and like rap music. You know that. And then you start seeing artists like say direct and personal things about their life and their experience, and like in a way where it's like I feel like it would just almost like takes you deeper into the mind of a songwriter a little bit. Like I don't know if that's making any sense.
Nah, it make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
facts.
vulnerability. I like vulnerability, bro. That's what I like about stand up. Like I love like you ever seen stand up live?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Have you been to open mic stand up?
Actually, yeah.
That's what, bro. I love that shit. Like when I went to a stand up open mic and I seen a stand up that sucked. I seen a stand up comic bomb, and just the vulnerability of him like feeling that suck from the crowd. Like not people weren't booing him, but it wasn't like a cheer. So it's like he felt like damn, it didn't work. So it's like you see that vulnerability of somebody trying something, and like just trying some art form and seeing how you feel about it, and like with like just being unsure about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's like a certain vulnerability in that. That's crazy to me.
Nah, facts. All this shit, man, it's in your messaging. Like, even to go back to the stand-up comedy shit, like, look at the most pivotal and like biggest stand-up comedians. They're funny, but when you really break down the shit they talking about, is it funny? Hell nah. Like, they talking about some real shit. So like, I look at like that type of shit like just social commentary, just like the music. Like, it's really social commentary. If you're delivering it right and accurately, it's going to hit, you know?
What is making music, I guess, just done for you on like just like a personal like development level?
Oh man, music definitely has like been a form of therapy ever since I got into it. I feel like that's really why I got into it, you know what I'm saying? Cause shit, I've always loved music, you know what I'm saying? But here I am today. I wouldn't have told you like as a little kid I was gonna be where I'm at, you know what I'm saying? But you know, things happen like that. But it definitely started off as a form of expression, just getting your shit off and it feeling good once, you know what I mean? You hear it, get to play it around your peoples and they fucking with it. It's a good feeling, you know what I'm saying? But it just gets deeper and deeper as the journey goes on. It get more personal. You have more shit to say because, you know, I look at music as life. Like every day you living, that's another story to tell. So it definitely gets more personal along the journey. You know what I'm saying? As you go through more things, more pit stops, you go through shit that just builds character, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's definitely been a form of therapy, a form of just letting out whatever's going on up there creatively, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just my outlet, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So we on some music shit. I think your newest shit, the newest album, the Polos and 40 Belows.
Yeah, Polos and 40 Belows. Yeah, me and Wi-Fi guys. Shout out my nigga, UPT Soldier, man.
Oh, and he just dropped some shit. Actually, you dropped a song yesterday, I think. The Aqua
Yes, sir. Second single off my upcoming album, Aqua motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Is that
Aqua motherfucking
is that the one?
eights. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? These is the Aqua. I'm about to take these bitches off. You know what I'm saying? New single, Aqua 8's out now, produced by my nigga Guy off the upcoming album. I'm gonna tell y'all the title. I ain't told nobody that shit yet. Upcoming album, Darren. Produced by God, coming soon. Yeah.
Come on. Also, side note on that before you even get to the album, is that an actual pair of, like, did you take that picture of the shoes on the cover art for the Aqua 8s? Is that your shoes you threw
That's
up
just a cover I cooked up. That's not my pair, but it was just like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say that's dedication right there. I was like, bro, threw his shoes up there.
Nah, like, I thought about doing that, though. I'm going to keep it clean. Like, originally, I thought, like, yo, I got to find, but I was just like, that's too risky. I'm not about to lose my shit just for a picture when I could just, I'm nice enough with the graphic design now.
So you tweak that up?
Yeah. You know, I do all my art and shit. I design this, nigga. I design my merch, my covers, all that shit. I always had a hand in my art direction, but for the last, like, several years, I just took full control of that shit, been doing it myself.
So, okay, the Polos and 40 Belows.
Yes, sir. Me and Wi-Fi God. Yeah. I'm going to keep it clean. That shit was a beautiful accident because neither one of us planned that shit. I'm going to keep it 100. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Wi-Fi God, like, me and him, like, you know, he from D.C., me being from Northern Virginia, we like brush shoulders a lot just being in nightlife and on the scene and shit like that. We been knowing each other. Like, we was always mutual respect. We was always cool, but we just ain't know each other like that. But, like, I'm going to keep it clean. It was always people in the back of my head kind of like, nigga, you know, if you and Wi-Fi God did a track, that shit would go so stupid. Like, niggas was telling me that shit back in, like, 2019. So I'm hearing this shit, and I'm just like, oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's something I always had stored in the back of my mind. But a lot of niggas don't know, bro produced, too. You feel what I'm saying? He cold with the beats. So he was having a beat sale at one point in time. I reached out for some beats. And out of the pack that I got from him, one of the beats was Lil Baby 2, Zanaya.
I think that actually might be my favorite song by you, for real.
That might be one of my favorort songs.
I like the switch up too. It really is like a 7-minute long song.
Nah, I got a lot of them type joints. My nigga Mikey Wildin, he broke that shit up at the end. Shout out Mikey Wildin. But yeah, so we released that first, like around the time that I was working on my deluxe. So originally that was a song on the deluxe album, but that was like our first song together. He produced about 3 songs on the deluxe album actually, but that was the first
Purple
one.
album.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. You
right?
know what I'm saying? Yeah, off the Purple album. Motherfucking, so that was the first one that really I released and just got a crazy reaction. You know what I mean? Women was loving it. Even the fellas was like, bruh, yeah, that's the one. You know what I'm saying? That shit is different. So, like, I knew right there, like, when you got something, even, like, to go all the way back to me and Icy Twat working together, like, when you got something, when it ain't broke, why fix it? You know what I'm saying? Like, so just off that record, I knew, like, we got something special, you know what I'm saying? So I kept cooking up with bro. I would pull up to his crib. We'd be in there, whether we were just smoking, vibing, playing 2K, listening to oldies, whatever. We was just catching vibes and, like, just, I ain't gonna lie, just being in the nigga crib, I was looking around, nigga got all types of fly shit hanging around, old vintage polo pieces. And I'm like, this nigga damn near like me. Like, we into the same shit. We damn near dressed the same. Like, I pulled up unconsciously in some polo shit, and he like, polo, new to exact collection. I'm like, shit is crazy. Like, so it was just like, damn near like a how high moment when Method Man met Redman and shit. So it just was a match made, bro. Like, went over I just kept going over there, bro. We was cooking up. Every time I pulled up, niggas was doing 2-3 joints. And it was to the point where it was just like, damn, nigga, we got like a whole tape worth of songs. Like, we might as well drop this shit. Like, this shit, all these shit's hard. Like, and we were just unconsciously doing this shit. Just, I pull up, nigga, we chiefing. Nigga put a beat on. Yeah, that shit crazy. Like, and motherfucking, what really kicked it off was he had a couple joints that he cooked up with Loco Los. I don't know if you heard of Loco Los. You should, you gotta look up my nigga Loco Los. That nigga crazy. Out of Ohio. He out Ohio. Crazy.
I think that might be the first time I heard somebody say
Cleveland.
This person's crazy out of Ohio.
Bro, listen.
Well, matter of fact, isn't Jack Harlow from Ohio?
Is he?
Somebody from Cleveland. Who's from Cleveland?
Like Cleveland. I mean, of course you got
somebody
Bone from Cleveland, but I mean, yeah, Trippie Redd, he from
Trippie
Redd from Ohio and shit like that. But Juice No Gin and 94 Magic was actually like the first joints that we initially cooked up that ended up on the tape, you know what I'm saying? And Loco Los, he co-produced them joints with him. And like, that shit really just set the tone for the whole tape. It was like, man, this is up my alley. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just was like, shit was too in pocket. It was too perfect. Niggas just knocked that shit out the park, bro. I'm keeping 100. And then, I mean, I knew it was going to be crazy when we dropped it, bro, but like, nigga, when we dropped it, like, that shit hit the streets. Like, hold on, where my phone at? Like nigga, we in Washington.
He made sure to grab the PSP when he got the car. He forgot his phone. He like, hold up.
Like, nigga, I don't know if y'all can see this shit. We in Washington Post right now, nigga. Like,
that's on your background?
Yeah. Like,
come on, hold up. What does it say? What's that title say?
Bucky Malone's Let's His Hypnotic Beats Evolve. Like,
come
bro,
on.
like,
you need to send me that. I want to use that for the.
Yeah, you know I got you, but you heard that, man. Niggas was in Washington Post recently. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
A tape we made on accident made the motherfucking newspaper. So,
wait, so how they get in the newspaper? Did you go and do research? Like, how the fuck? Did you have a connection in the newspaper or somebody randomly did that? Like
honestly, I ain't gonna say I got a connection with the newspaper, but just a writer, honestly, just familiar with not only me but Wi-Fi God, because he had a story not too long ago on his own piece in the Post too. So it was like a damn near a chain reaction. He was in the Post, and like 4 months later, our shit dropped.
That's crazy. So wait, the Washington Post is really out here just writing hip hop articles?
Bro, listen,
I love it.
They writers are to keep it all the way clean. They do their due diligence.
Or even just music, period.
Not just even in the music categories, but they do their due diligence to just know what the fuck is going on. Like, if it's catching attention, they going, you know what I mean?
I like that though. Honestly, I like also the idea of us fucking with physical magazines.
Exactly.
And newspapers again. I like that.
Shit, in the beginning, that's what mattered the most. I mean, internet is the key source of a lot of shit now, but it was like, shit, getting on a paper, getting the cover of a mag, nigga, that shit, it still means something to me. But then it really meant something.
The internet, the internet is powerful, don't get me wrong, but word of mouth is still different.
Exactly.
If you see some shit right now, whatever, like you see a new artist, you scroll past them on Instagram, like, yeah, this shit hard. But then if you just randomly see your best friend and your friend like, yo, I found this new artist, yo, check him out.
Right, you know what I mean?
It's different.
It's different. Word of mouth.
Yeah.
I'm here because of word of mouth. Like, don't get it twisted. I done been in a lot of publications. All that shit is great. But the power of word of mouth, bro, like, I couldn't tell you, like, some of the most important situations came from just a motherfucker telling another motherfucker about me. So if you watching this, don't be too cool or too, I don't know, tell a friend and another friend about your friends or whoever you know that owns a business doing whatever they doing, bro, because word of mouth travels. 6 degrees of separation is very real. Yeah, bro, we gotta pour life into who's around us, bro, because it's all about community. People equity is way more important than money. You can have all the money in the world and still be a fuck nigga. Don't forget it.
That's true. Also, wait, can you remind me what does 6 degrees of separation mean?
Basically, 6 degrees of separation. Before we knew each other, you knew somebody who knew me. I knew somebody who knew you.
I probably did, but didn't even know they knew you.
Exactly. That's 6 degrees of separation.
Oh,
so it's just like you never.
Yeah,
like you all, technically speaking, right? 6 degrees of separation. It's like just a technical term for or the meaning. It's pretty much saying that within maybe what I don't want to get too statistic, but all right, even if you don't know somebody, it's somebody in this world that you know that knows you. So it's like you may not know him, but you know somebody that knows that person. That's 6 degrees of separation. So you got to look at it like, just because you may not know somebody, haven't connected with them yet, you still can. So put what you got to put into the universe, manifest it, do your due diligence, and put in the fucking work, man. Because there's none is like, bro, come on now. I just did a show with ASAP Ant. Niggas ain't gonna act like we wasn't watching ASAP Mob and, you know what I'm saying, coming out of high school and shit like that. Like, niggas doing shows with niggas now, you feel me? It's all about manifestation. That's 6 degrees of separation. Like, we was introduced through people we knew, you know what I'm saying? And that's how that shit work in a game. You can't get nowhere by being closed off or too cool. Nah, you gotta hit the pavement and fuck with niggas, you know what I'm saying? That's just how that shit work.
And that goes back to what you were saying about why the blog era worked. Why it was so
exactly.
powerful.
That's exactly why it worked. That's exactly why we got the Wiz Khalifas, the Big Crits. That's exactly why niggas put respect on OG Spitter motherfucking name, because niggas was putting out that dope. And yeah, even niggas like bro, Freddie Gibbs is one of my favorite fucking rappers right now, bro. Niggas forget that he was on the 2010 freshman cover with Wiz, Nipsey Hussle, Big Sean, everybody that we still consider great to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas stayed down till they came up, feel me? And
I think that boy Raj got a song with Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah, hell yeah, he definitely does. Shout out Young Raj, VA legend.
Yeah, like, nah, I get that. Okay, so also, we kind of brushed by it. I don't know if you wanted to just slip that in, but I don't know if I was going to bring it back up. But you kind of just announced your upcoming album. You said it's called Darren?
Yeah, upcoming album, Darren. Self-titled joint. Yeah. First self-titled joint.
And thanks for the exclusive, too. We love what people like.
Oh, yeah, you know I had to come. You my boy, so you know I had to come drop some shit on you real quick. But nah, man. Working on this new album with my nigga God, coming out of Richmond. God straight out of Richmond. If you're not familiar with God, crazy-ass artist, crazy-ass producer, crazy-ass DJ. he got a lot of different shit with a lot of artists, but he mainly produces with Wi-Fi God, you know what I'm saying, Soldier World and shit like that. But me and bro just been going in, you know what I'm saying, over the last few months, and like all the records that we've been working on, to keep it completely honest and G with you, I feel like they're like my intrusive thoughts from when I was 18 till now. And just me talking about different situations and feelings I might have had just going through all types of shit. And that's why I just was like, this gotta be a self-titled joint, because this shit is just me, you know what
So
I'm
that's
saying?
your name, Darren.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Nice to meet you, Darren.
Yeah. Hey, nice to meet you, bro. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, bro. Like, that shit just, when you hear the project, I named it after me because it's like, this is me. Like, that's like, when niggas hear that, I want niggas to know, like, this is me. This is 100% authentic, nothing fabricated. If you hear me say some crazy shit on this joint, it really happened, bro. Like, all this shit is being pulled from somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And it took, like, my nigga God is bringing it out of me right now. Like, that nigga is a wizard, bro, to say the least. Like, I'm going to keep saying his name, man. Fuck with my nigga God. Follow that nigga. 6512 GAWD on everything. That nigga is a fucking problem, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga, that boy, I look at him like how I look at Pharrell, bro. And y'all might think I'm gassing it, but the son is like, he's special, bro. Like, he's really Virginia royalty. Like, niggas better,
And where's
if
he
niggas
from?
don't know, they better find out.
You said Richmond, right?
Yeah, he from
Okay.
Richmond, yeah. Shout out my nigga Percy, too, man.
It's crazy how you said your most personal project is being produced by somebody named God.
Right. And he's not even, and don't get it twisted, he hate that shit. He don't want niggas like name. Like,
No, I'm
if
just
he
saying,
work
but
with-
like the irony of it. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
word. Like, but he not one of them niggas who's like moving around on no, like, yeah, he cool ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Keith and shit. Yeah, cool nigga.
Also, okay, I was gonna ask you too. So what you saying this has kind of been like your intrusive thoughts up until now. What's the most like personal thing you think you touched on this album?
Shit, personally, without giving up too much before it dropped, I really just feel like it's a misconception of me as a person. You know what I mean? A lot of people just, they hear the music and they see me out and about grinding, doing my thing, but they don't really personally know me like that. So a lot of shit I'm saying on some of these records, it coming from me, it might sound dark, because I know I make a lot of like I won't even say upbeat, but a lot of vibey, trippy music. But it's like some of this shit is like, oh, this nigga really said that, he went there. But it's like, nah, I done been in, you know what I mean? It's certain shit that done made me said that, or made me feel this way, or certain shit I'm rapping about, I might be not touching directly on it, using names and face, but it's like, nah, that shit happened though. Like, so I think the whole album is personal in just different ways, as far as just approach, how I was feeling, scenarios that I'm touching on in the album. It's just like, it's all coming from different areas. Even like shit, Aqua 8's like, shit, this is like one of my I say top 10 sneakers. It's just everyday shit, it's lifestyle shit, bro. It's just really how I'm living. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I'm coming about it.
What's top three? Top three sneakers?
Top three sneakers. All right, if I got a top three Jordan, or just in the world?
Sneakers, period, I guess.
Shit. I love sneakers, so that's pretty hard.
Top 3 Jordan.
All right, top 3 Jordan.
Top 3 Jordans? All right.
I gotta.
Hold this. Let me get hydrated for this real quick. Wait, that water's for you, by the way, if you want some
I
water.
don't know. I appreciate it. That's what I need to be drinking.
I always forget to tell the guests at literally like the end of the episode, like, yo, by the way, if you want some water.
Man, nah, but top 3 though, shit. Damn. Aqua 8s.
Yeah. Or if you want, you could just say if you had to wear one pair of
Eights.
shoes forever.
If I had to wear one pair of shoes, for real, if I had to wear one pair of shoe forever, I'm gonna choose 2 shoes. I'm gonna choose 2 shoes, right? On some, cause you know, nowadays shit is just switching up a little bit, so you gotta just adapt with the times. So I would say, like, in a more formal setting, like some Prada Thunders or some shit. Or like if I'm in a
You
club,
said some Prada Thunders?
yeah, Prada Thunders.
might look
If I'm
those
in a-
up. I
If
don't
I'm in
know
a
what they look
club or like, yeah, just in a place where like they frown upon sneakers. I'm a sneakerhead, so I'm gonna push the line. I'm gonna try to wear my sneakers
These
forever.
shits?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The black ones?
Yeah, some black, some smooth shits. Don't gotta be no outrageous color, but like,
I'm not gonna lie, why they look like Skechers?
Bro, shit,
They look
you
like
know,
sketches a
probably
little
stole
bit.
probably
They
stole
really
their
do, though.
skeleton. All them shits
These
be looking like
$1,200 sketches.
I ain't gonna cap. All the designer sneakers, these niggas is stealing.
Yo.
They stealing motherfucking Payless recipe, nigga.
Oh, weed.
I know you seen that fucking shit on YouTube when niggas made a fake store in LA and just took all Payless sneakers and then
Sold that some designer shit?
yeah, and the niggas was buying that
I
shit.
bet they was eating that shit up.
They was, bro.
That's
so that just
crazy.
goes to show it's not.
I'm not even mad at
the
them.
shit is. It's the name on it. You know what I'm saying?
It's I'm not gonna lie. A lot of this designer shit, it is higher quality fabrics, but it's probably not worth that much.
The
though,
fabrics
you know
is
what I'm
tough
saying?
as hell. Like I ain't gonna lie, I like my t-shirts to have a certain weight. Like niggas don't be knowing about that shit, but like you know the thicker shits,
Weight.
like Pro Club t-shirts, probably best white tees in the world.
Bro, I've been fucking with these lately. Like it's like you see like the kind of bigger collar.
Word, hell yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
a little
like
bigger.
shit like-
I don't like shit with like stretched out collars where it's
Yeah,
all
like
like,
if it's
you know
too,
what I'm saying?
like if it's too thin, like even this is like a thicker like
Yeah.
texture type of shit. Like I don't like the shit to be too thin. Like
So you also touching on like merch and stuff you're designing and,
Yeah.
and shit. What's up? Like what's up with that? You got any like releases with that? Any
So
coming
right
up?
now we got the polos on 40 Below merch out. You know what I'm saying? I sold out we got the album cover tees too. I sold out of the forest green colorway. We got to restock those ASAP. But yeah, man, got the polos and 40 Belows merch right now. I'm really about to start getting into like the vinyls and CDs and tapes and shit like that because everything just getting too industry, man. I'm trying to take it back to that underground shit. You might
It's feeling real
You
commercial.
might see me pulling up in that Beamer, popping the trunk, selling tapes out that bitch soon. I ain't gonna lie,
do
just
talk
dropping
a-
locations on niggas. I ain't gonna hold you.
Nah, shit been feeling real commercial lately. I don't like it.
I don't fuck with it. That's not why I got in this shit, bro. I was inspired by the raw shit. You know what I'm saying? I came up on that Bone Thug shit, that early Death Row shit. That's the shit I was fucking with. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's cool to make some fly shit because I was fucking with the bad boy shit and all that shit too when I was a little kid. So like, I fuck with every side, everybody that play their role and do it well. It's just like now I don't really see too many individuals. I don't see too many people doing their own thing as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, and hey, to all means, I'm not trying to discourage nobody. Do what the fuck you want to do. That's what this shit is all about. We on borrowed time, but I look at it like, why not try to make an impact? Why not try to do some shit that ain't been done before? No, it's very hard, but still, just try to do that shit.
Hell yeah. I love it, bro. Polos and 40 Belows out now.
Polos
Darren
and
on the
40
way.
Belows out now. Darren album on the
Aqua
way.
Eats out now.
The Purple album out now. Deluxe edition out now.
Yeah. I appreciate you for coming
Whole
through,
lot of
bro.
shit out now. Tear the
Yeah.
Club Up 23 video out now. Oh shit, let me just say this real quick. Cause y'all actually a part of this shit too, so I might as well plug
A
this shit real
documentary?
quick. Documentary, yeah.
Oh, yeah. See,
Mr. Still the
we
Show
talk about
tour.
that, yeah.
Not even the tour documentary.
Shout out that boy
The
Larry.
documentary is called Mr. Still the Show. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even just about the tour for the record. It's just about just how I've been living the last few years, just on the go, constantly grinding. And I wanted to just kind of. I'm not really a vlog type nigga. I'm always been a mysterious in the shadows type of guy. So with this is like probably my most up close and personal vlog piece that I done put out. So definitely check out my documentary, Mr. Still the Show, on my YouTube channel and shit. Shout out Rudy P. If you don't know, Rudy P shot Tear the Club Up 23, Lil Baby 2. All my videos the last 2 years, everything you seeing visually, the photos, everything, Rudy P. Me and Rudy P is actually dropping an album as well, Top of 24. So
Is
look out
that
for
bro that was that shot the footage for you?
Yeah, he be in the cut,
shit we did with
cool as
Larry?
hell with the shades and shit. Yeah. My nigga Rudy P.
Yeah, Larry's in the documentary too.
Yeah, Off-World Larry,
tapping in.
motherfucking documentary. You already know what's
Larry
going on.
rode his motorcycle. He was on his Kieran shit. You know my boy Kieran. He actually has a motorcycle. So he was like channeling Kieran.
You know
in
what's
that.
so fucking funny, bro? On the way up here, I seen a motherfucker on a bike, and it looked just like that motherfucking bike, and I was crying like, yo, this nigga Larry, he got Larry bike. I was about to text you like, what the fuck, my nigga stole Larry bike. What's going on?
Hell yeah. Nah, I appreciate you for coming through, bro. Like people
No
like
doubt,
yourself and a
no
lot
doubt.
of artists that like
Appreciate y'all
you've
having
been
me.
seeing
I'm
already.
gonna keep it 100, bro. I was watching you like, and this is what I mean about 6 degrees of separation. I was watching this shit like maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago, not really knowing. I ain't know who you was yet. We ain't meet yet. But like, I'm knowing all the people you talking about. And not only that, just how y'all was like moving. I was just like, yo, I fuck with this shit. Like, somebody gotta introduce us, man. Cause I was like, I genuinely
appreciate that.
like, I love what y'all doing. Not like I love what y'all doing, man. And I want y'all to keep keep that shit up, bro. Cause
Thank you, bro.
y'all fucking the game up. If niggas don't fucking know, they finna find out real soon. You know what I'm saying?
That means a lot, bro.
Yeah.
God willing, we about to really like take it all the way there.
It's already there. It's
you know what
already
I'm saying?
there,
Like,
bro. It's already up. You know what I'm saying?
it's already there. Like in my mind, this shit already happened.
Yeah,
but
man.
you know, I feel like we still have a lot of work to do, and I'm not
Always,
naive
always,
to
always
that.
work to be
I
done.
appreciate, you know what I'm saying, everybody that believes in us like to now. But yeah, I'm excited for what's next. Like for us, for yourself, for a lot of artists out here right now, like I'm feeling inspired. I'm feeling like I literally
sure.
feel like we're on the cusp of like a new era in like in entertainment, in art. It's like it's
That's
really
real.
about to be like the next renaissance on some shit to where like people are gonna be, I think, actually like excited about discovering new things again and like
I'm
having
glad
new
you said that,
experiences
bro,
and
'cause
shit.
Lately, I've been feeling like when we was touching on earlier, like shit kind of been dying down. I feel like niggas is tired of these niggas. Like a lot of niggas.
It's getting old, bro. That's why you see everybody's numbers just fake that just dropped. Everybody's thinking that their numbers just like dropped, or but no. What
They
that
never
shows
had
me
numbers.
is they were never as popping as we thought they
never
were.
had numbers.
Like the
That's-
numbers were always inflated.
Shit been
You know what I'm
always
saying?
an illusion, smoking.
It was always
mirrors.
an illusion,
and a lot of motherfuckers they bit into that shit, but now it's being exposed. The real is back. Yeah, niggas that y'all calling underground is about to be the niggas that's running this shit, aka. So.
Come on.
Yeah, man.
I
VA
love
on the
it.
rise. You know what's
Hell
going
yeah.
on. 703-804-757 shit, man. Shout out 434.
Appreciate you, bro. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. And yeah, all bros links will be in the description. Yeah.
Make sure y'all get that
Peace.
motherfucking mixtape. Me and my nigga Wi-Fi guy, man. Polos and 40 Belows. The Purple Album. OG and Deluxe editions. And the Chop Not Slop edition by my nigga Slim K. You did what I'm saying? Album on the way, too.
Come on. Peace.